Good morning. This is Professor Asif Iqbal Mullah. So, today in this session, we are going to discuss about class AB output stage, that is class AB power amplifier. So, as we discussed in a previous session, for class B amplifier, a class B output stage, there is a crossover distortion available, right? So crossover distortion means when the input voltage crosses from positive cycle to negative cycle, or from negative cycle to positive cycle, for a certain period we will not get the output voltage. Means at zero crossing, when the cycle, positive cycle or negative cycle crossing from positive to negative at a 0 volt, above certain voltage at 0 volt at the positive side, there will be no output, and as well as below some volt, that is approximately minus 0.5 volt, we will not get the output. It means when input voltage is between plus 5 volt to minus 5 volt, there is no output voltage present. So that will cause that we called a crossover distortion. Means when input is crossing at 0, there will be for certain voltage above the 0 or below the 0, there is no output voltage. So to eliminate that crossover distortion, we are using class AB output stage. It is also having a two transistor using a two amplifier here, one for positive cycle, another for negative cycle, with small amount of biasing we are applying here, which is above 0 volt for positive, which is little above 0 volt, maybe beyond 0.5 volt, little more than the 0.5 volt for positive cycle conduction, for biasing for amplifier which conducts for positive cycle, and it is available a biasing. You can see here VBB by 2, we are applying the biasing for the transistor Qn, which conducts for positive half cycle, whereas some biasing voltage, that is VBB by 2 minus VBB by 2, we are applying to the transistor QP, which is approximately a little more than the minus 5 volt, which makes the transistor to keep on, right? So minus VBB by 2 amount of biasing voltage we are applying for transistor QP, which conducts for negative input half cycle. So therefore here you can see clearly when the input voltage is between 0 to 5.5 volt, between 0 to approximately VB by 2, means 0 to 0.5 volt, for which both the transistor will not conduct, make the VBB by 2 to conduct the transistor Q1, and for the voltage, when input voltage is between 0 to minus 5 volt, minus 0.5 volt, which makes the transistor QP2 off. so here we are using VBB by 2 minus VBB by 2, which keeps the transistor QP to on below minus 5 volt of applied input, right? So therefore at the zero crossing there is no distortion available here. So therefore here this class AB amplifier circuit, you can see uses a 2 transistor QN and QP and uses a VBB by 2 for a biasing. So when there is a 0 volt applied here Vi, when there is a Vi is 0, then VBB by 2 keeps the transistor Q1 to operate, and minus VBB by 2 keep the transistor QP to operate. Hence there is a current flow between emitter and collector of transistor Q1 as well as the emitter and collector of transistor QP. Both the transistor is on, hence the current flow. But the current flow here is an equal amount, because the equal amount of the voltage biasing we are applying to the Q1, that is VB by 2, VB by 2 for the QP in a complementary direction. So therefore the current flow through the transistor Q1, which is IN given here, and the current flow through the transistor QP, which is IP, both are equal here. Hence both are equal. There is no current flow through the load. Hence there is no current flow through the load. Means all the current which is coming from here will go to here. So only zero amount of voltage is divided towards the load RL. So IL is 0. So therefore output voltage is 0 here. The output voltage is 0 here. Okay, right? Okay, so therefore we can say that the current IN is equal to IP, right? Current IN is equal to IP. So therefore, which is nothing but a saturation current IQ, and that current is given here. We know that the equation for collector current we already studied many times here, which is IS reverse saturation current raised to E raised to VBB by 2 VT. VT is the threshold voltage and VBB by 2 is the voltage applied at the input between base and emitter. Between a base and emitter, that is E raised to the voltage at base and emitter, which is VBB by 2 when Vi is 0 into VT. VBB by 2 into VT means here this is the current flow here, right? So therefore let's we analyze the circuit operation by applying a input signal, and we will observe for positive half cycle and negative half cycle here. When you apply the positive half cycle at the Vi, so this positive half cycle makes the voltage at this point, you see at the base point will increase the voltage, the positive voltage will increase here, right? You see the already VBB by 2 positive voltage is applied for the transistor QN, right? And here again we are applying the positive voltage here. This positive voltage added with this positive voltage means total voltage here VBB by 2 plus Vi, right? Okay, if you see this loop, so this causes the voltage here to increase, right? When voltage here to increase means which is the base voltage with respect to emitter VBE n. The VBE n means VBE of transistor QN, we are denoting VBE n is increased here. So therefore conduction of transistor QN is an increase. Since the conduction of transistor Qn is an increase, the more current flow through here IN current increase. Since the IN current is increased, you see the current flow through the load, because the current IN is equal to IP plus IL, right? So IL is increased here, IL is increased, or we can say so since IL is increased, the load current is increased, the output voltage is increased. In other words, you can see if you take the KVL from this loop, then we can write VI plus VBB by 2 minus VBE n to minus V naught, or we can say V naught, or you can say here V naught is equal to, right, V naught is equal to the summation of this voltage and the voltage VBE in a reverse direction, that is in minus, right. You see from this loop V naught minus VBE, V naught from this here, you see, you apply the KVL V naught, then this is a direction, you see, from base to emitter in the reverse direction, from base to emitter it is, so you are going in the reverse direction, so therefore it is, you have to take it negative minus VBE, then sorry, V naught plus VBE minus VBB by 2, right, because minus plus you have to take, and minus VI, right, minus VI, which will give you the V naught, right, V naught equal to VI plus VBB by 2 minus VBE n, right. So if you rearrange this KVL equation, so here clearly you can see that the VBE n usually it is approximately 0.7 volt, so nothing will it is very small, so if you neglect this, we can say that the almost the output voltage is here same as VI, so since VBB by 2 is also a very small value, right, so here, so this value if you neglect, so we can say that the V naught is approximately equal to VI, so therefore we can say that here this circuit is voltage follower circuit, and also we can see that as you increase the VI, V naught is also increased, you can see clearly from that equation. We know that we already discussed that IN is equal to IP plus IL, you can see this circuit clearly it is showing, right. So further, if you observe the above circuit here, so one more thing you clearly observe here, when this voltage is increased, right, this voltage is increased, the voltage at this point of base of QP is also increased. When the base of QP is increased, right, the VBE, right, the VEB, right, it is actually the VEB, it is means, because you see the direction of current from emitter to base, plus here minus here, if this base is getting decreased, definitely the voltage VEB is getting decreased. VBE is increased due to the positive cycle due to increase in VI, whereas VEB is decreased due to increase in VI, which causes to reduce the conduction in QP, hence the current flow through the QP which is IP is reduced, IN is, so therefore when you apply the positive voltage VI, means when you increase the voltage VI towards the positive direction, which causes the current IN to increase, IP to decrease, right. So and one more thing you clearly see here in the circuit, the voltage drop from this point to this point, from here to here, is when if you not consider VI here, leave the VI here, say VI is 0, from here to here you can see the voltage from here to here, which is sum of VBB by 2 plus VBB by 2, which is equal to VBB. From here to here voltage is VBB, right. So same way, if you see this loop here, from this base to emitter of both the transistor to the base of QP, so here you have two voltage, one is VBE, right, one is VBE, another is VEB across the QP, VBE N, VEB P, right. So the total voltage from here to here is this voltage plus this voltage, which is VEB, VBE plus VEB. So therefore the total voltage from here to here, if you see from the transistor side, it is sum of VBE N plus VEB P, right, which is you see this side, the total voltage from here to here is VBB. So therefore this voltage is equal to the same, which is the same point here also, base to base, equal to VBB, right? So if you replace VBE n, right, with its transistor equation, means so if you see here, so if you go and see to the you see here, we will go and see in the digital board. See, we already got the equation, this In equal to Ip equal to Iq, which is Is e raised to Vb by 2 Vt we seen, right? If you get the value from this equation, right, assuming that Iq is equal to Is e raised to Vb by 2 into Vt. So to find out what is the value for VBB, to find out what is the equation for VBB, what we have to do, we have to send Is that side, which will become Iq by Is, right? We are doing here, we are sending Is this side, which will become Iq by Is. We are taking exponential this side, will become ln, right, which is equal to, it will be VBB by 2 Vt. So then you send this 2 Vt that side, then you will get a VBB, right, which is VBB is equal to 2 Vt ln of Iq by Is, right, 2 Vt ln of Iq by Is, right? That we can replacing here VBB as 2 Vt ln of Iq by Is. Similarly, right, when you see the current which is flowing, right, which is flowing in a transistor Qn, right, so which is nothing but here In, right, that we can write here Is into e raised to VBE n divided by Vt. So from this, if you get the equation for VBE n, so VBE n, so Is we are sending this side, right? So this is actually In by Is. So here In, right, this is Is, right, and this is Is, okay. So from this equation you can get VBE n is equal to Vt ln of In by Is. In the same equation for IP is equal to Is into e raised to VEB P, which is VEB here, VEB P divided by Vt, right? So because the voltage at the base of the transistor QP is a VEB P we are taking, so Is you take this IP by Is, E you take this side, which will become ln, and Vt you transfer this side, then VBEP will be Vt into ln of IP by Is, right? So this equation you will get it. Further you solve this equation to get In into Ip equal to Ik square. So further to solve that equation, right, further we will solve this equation. See this VBE n, right, VBE P, VBE, sorry, this is VEB P, VEB P, right? So equate that, VBE n is this, VBE P is this, and VBB is 2 Vt ln Iq by Is, right? So now you can see here, as we know that the Vt here get cancelled. See this Vt common you take, Vt by Vt, this Vt you will get cancelled, right? Now you have ln of In by Is plus ln of Ip by Is. See ln of In by Is plus ln of Ip by Is, we will take ln of In by Is into Ip by Is, because ln of A plus ln of B will be ln of A into B, you know that. So that we are taking in the here next board. You can see ln of in into ip divided by is we are squaring, it will become is square, and this side you have 2 ln of iq by is 2. If you take this side, it will become iq square by is square, right? We know that the 2 ln of a is nothing but is equal to 2 ln of a is equal to what? Ln of a square. Ln of a square, you know the logarithmic rules, right? So here 2, if you take this 2, this side, it will go, this will go here as a square. So therefore, right, and this will multiply here in into ip, is multiply is square. So that you can see in the this board. So which we have this, right? Then we can get cancel this ln, right? This ln and this ln get cancelled. Then is square get cancelled. Then what we will get? in into ip is equal to iq square. So which is shown here, right? Thus the in increases here. You see, when in increases, right, ip decreases. in increases, ip decreases by same ratio, right? While product remains the constant. Since in increases, ip decreases, right? When in a reverse, when ip increases, is decreases, right? So both are here, which maintain the product of in into ip is the same, right? Further, if you drive this equation by substituting in here, so you substitute ip here, which is given here from this formula. Ip is here from this formula is in into il, in minus il, which you substitute here in minus il in place of ip and solve this, right? You will get this equation by taking iq square this side, right? So you will get this equation. This will give you the equation which clearly indicating that the load current here is depend on the in, right? And if in is increased, the load current is also increased here. So therefore, in the same way, if you observe for the negative half cycle, so for the negative half cycle, all the operation is getting reverses here. When negative voltage is applied, the negative voltage at this point is increased. See, already negative voltage we are applied here at the base. Since vi is also negative, more negative voltage is increase here. In the sense, in other words, we can say the voltage here decreases. When the voltage at the base is decreases, VEB, right, the difference between E and B, it is in reverse direction. You see, the base is a decreases means the VEB increases. So therefore the VEB increases here. So in the same way, when there is this is negative, this voltage here is decreases. Since the base is decreases here, which is in the reverse direction, VBE here. So therefore, since base is decreases, right, this voltage VBE is decreases. So for negative, hence we can say that for negative voltage, VEB increase, VBE decrease. Hence, since the VEB increase, IP increase here, IN decrease here. Since IP increases, causes a load current, right, which causes a load current to increase in the reverse direction, or we can say it is in towards the negative, means we are decreasing the input voltage, hence the current is decreases here if you consider the same direction, or we can say that it increases in negative direction, right? So here when IP is increased, you see the IP and IL both are in opposite direction. So IP increase, IL decrease, hence the decrease in the input voltage Vi towards the negative direction causes the IL to decrease, which causes the output to decrease, right? Okay, so this is about in the negative direction. So the transfer characteristics clearly shown here, right? When when the positive voltage we are applying, the output voltage is getting increased and it is gets saturated when the transistor VC about the QN transistor is get saturated. Hence at the output voltage VCC minus VCN sat, the positive voltage is get saturated, while in the negative direction if you see, so as you goes on decreases the Vi, right, the output voltage is also goes on decreases, and it is finally the maximum negative voltage it will get saturated at a point where minus VCC plus VCE P sat, when the transistor QP is get saturated, right, gets saturated, right. Okay, so we'll continue, we will continue here, right. So that small things is remain, so we'll continue on, we'll stop this. So output resistance for this circuit to be calculated by making all the sources to 0, right, by all the sources to 0. When you make all the sources to 0, so you will get this circuitry. VCC we are making 0, grounded, minus VCC we are grounded, VB by 2 both the sources we are grounded, and VI is also grounded. Then we are calculating what is the output resistance for this circuit. So by looking from this, we have we will get a two resistance here, which is in parallel. One is the resistance across the transistor QN, another is the resistance across the transistor QP, which is between emitter and collector, between emitter and collector, both are in parallel. So therefore we can write here Rout is REN parallel with REP. REN is the resistance means resistance between emitter and a collector of transistor Q1, and the REP is the resistance between emitter and collector of transistor QP. So where REN is equal to VT by IN, VT is the threshold voltage divided by the current flow through the between the collector and emitter, which is IN, and REP is the VT voltage, is the voltage between the transistor Q, with threshold voltage between the emitter and collector divided by the current flow through the transistor QP is IP. So we substitute this here and here. So if you take the parallel combination of this, you will get VT divided by IP plus IN. To take the parallel combination, you know that VT IN into VT IP whole divided by VT IN plus VT IP. So if you calculate, you will get here, so you will get VT divided by IN by IP. So that you can we can see here, right, we can see here, right. So if you take the parallel combination, right, which will give you VT square IP into IN, right. So here VT square divided by IP into IN, then you take the LCM for below, which is IP into IN VT, right. So which will VT 1 VT is get cancelled, this VT is as it is, and IP into N, IP into N, it is get cancelled. So here remain IN and plus IP. So therefore we can say that the Rout is VT divided by IP plus IN, right. So this is what we have a class B AB amplifier. Then we have class C tuned power amplifier. A class C tuned power amplifier, here is a see, we are not discussing much about this. So this is a simple thing we are discuss here. The class C power amplifier actual using in the communication circuit to generate the oscillation for various communication devices. So here the diagram of class C amplifier, you see actually this is the class C amplifier. So class C amplifier which generates the output which is less than 180 degree, more than 0 degree, means it is between 0 and 180 degree. So therefore it will give you the pulses of waveform at the output right here. So to get the full waveform at the output, here we are using here what LC tuned circuit. So this LC tuned circuit make this pulses converted into the oscillation for a resonant frequency, frequency. So if you read the things here, class C amplifier is biased so conduction occurs only for a 180 less than 180 degree. Class C amplifier are more efficient than either a class A and a class A push pull or class B class AB because it gives a more output power than the other amplifiers. The output amplitude is a non-linear function of the input, so therefore class C amplifier we are not used for the linear operation here. They are generally used in the radio frequency RF frequency application, including the circuits such as oscillators that have a constant output amplitude modulator where a high frequency signal is controlled by a low frequency signal. Therefore class C amplifier is also called a tuned amplifier, right? So class C amplifier because of collector voltage is not a replica of input here because of the only pulses we get. So to get full cycle we are using here LC tank circuit. So LC tank circuit usually take the input pulses, right, and generates a full cycle, right? Full cycle at the class C output. So at a particular resonant frequency that you can see here. So class C amplifier. So when you give full cycle, right, it will give you only pulses like this, small pulses which is less than 180 degree. When you give this signal to the LC circuit, so LC circuit will generate full cycle here, right, full cycle waveforms, right, with for a particular frequency called a resonant frequency. So here usually the impedance of L and C is very high at the resonant circuit, so therefore high frequency, high amplitude will get at resonant frequency only. So we'll complete this module 3, right? So we'll continue our session with the next topic. Till then, you take care. Bye.